On Friday, August 22nd, CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful offers fans an exhilarating twist that will undoubtedly keep everyone on the edge of their seats. The episode reveals a dramatic set of events surrounding Will Spencer, Luna Nozawa, Electra Forrester, and the ominous presence of Lee Finnegan and Sheila Carter. It's a web of deceit, confusion, and shifting loyalties that promises to shake the foundations of some of the most important relationships on the show. Will Spencer's troubling memory. The episode opens with Will Spencer struggling to remember the events of the previous night. He wakes up disoriented, in an unfamiliar location, feeling as if he's been hit by a ton of bricks. His mind races as he tries to piece together the events that led him here. As he struggles with the haze of confusion, Will finds himself questioning how he ended up in this mess. What happened between him and Electra? He can recall the fragments of the night, the partying, the heavy drinking. But the rest remains a blur. He feels the weight of his mind trying to reach for the truth, but the more he tries, the more elusive it becomes. The situation becomes even more complicated as Will's mind flashes back to a few disjointed images. He can vaguely remember Electra's face, but something seems off. He's not sure whether their evening ended in intimacy, or if there was something darker at play. Was there more to that night than he's able to comprehend? Will can't shake the nagging feeling that something is wrong, but he's too confused to understand what exactly happened. The confusion and guilt begin to weigh heavily on Will, and as the day progresses, he'll find himself grappling with the haunting idea that he may have done something he regrets. Will's search for answers will be fraught with emotional turmoil, and as he reflects on the night's events, the truth seems like it may be closer than he thinks, yet it remains frustratingly out of reach. Luna Nozawa's mysterious actions. Meanwhile, Luna Nozawa faces a difficult task. After the traumatic encounter with Will, Luna finds herself heading back to the safety of Lee Finnegan's apartment. However, her calm exterior hides the whirlwind of emotions she's experiencing after the events of the night. When Lee and Sheila Carter question her, Luna acts like everything is perfectly normal, brushing off any concern as if nothing happened. The tension is palpable as Lee and Sheila push Luna for answers. Sheila, ever the skeptic, immediately senses that something is off. Lee, on the other hand, is more protective of Luna, though she's still concerned about her well-being. Luna's attempts to shrug off the incident only add to their suspicion. But despite their best efforts, Luna insists that nothing is wrong, claiming that she was simply feeling cabin fever and needed to get out of the house to breathe some fresh air. Lee, however, isn't buying it. Her protective instincts are on high alert as she scolds Luna for her behavior, pressing her further for more details. Sheila, ever the cynical one, is even more skeptical. She's not convinced by Luna's story and believes there's more to the situation than meets the eye. But Luna remains steadfast, denying that anything out of the ordinary occurred. The two women, despite their different approaches, are left wondering whether Luna is hiding something more sinister. As the interrogation continues, Luna's cool demeanor is starting to crack. The weight of the night's events is beginning to take its toll on her, but she refuses to let anyone see her vulnerability. The more Lee and Sheila press her, the more she digs in her heels, determined to protect herself and whatever secret she's harboring. But with every passing moment, the pressure mounts, and Luna knows that it won't be long before the truth inevitably comes to light. Electra's excitement and growing tension elsewhere. Electra Forrester is brimming with excitement as she plans a romantic dinner with Will. She has high hopes for the evening, thinking that this will be the night that brings them closer together. Her mind races with anticipation as she envisions the perfect evening, a quiet dinner, intimate conversation, and perhaps a step forward in their relationship. She is clearly in love with Will and wants to make the most of the opportunity. In a tender moment of reflection, Electra even sends Will a sweet message before she goes to bed. "I love you so much," the text reads. "I can't wait for tomorrow night." Her words are filled with affection, and it's clear that she's eager for what the future may hold with him. The thought of being with Will brings her so much joy that she can barely contain her excitement. She's convinced that this evening will be everything she hopes for and more. However, little does she know that Will is in a very different place. While Electra is counting down the hours until their date, Will is still reeling from the events of the previous night, struggling to piece together what truly happened. In his mind, he believes that he and Electra have already taken their relationship to the next level, that they've shared something intimate. But the reality is far more complicated than that. What he doesn't know is that Luna had spiked his drink, and he was so intoxicated that Deacon Sharp had to escort him to a room upstairs to sleep off the effects of the alcohol. The truth begins to unravel as the day progresses. The tension between Will's fragmented memories and Electra's expectations reaches a boiling point. Will finds himself struggling to connect the dots, unsure of what's real and what's just a product of his impaired mind. He knows something happened between him and Electra, but the specifics are hazy, and his mind refuses to provide him with any clarity. It's only when he begins to piece together more fragments of the night that the truth starts to surface. His memory flashes back to a critical moment, the moment when Luna spiked his drink. The realization hits him like a ton of bricks. He was manipulated into a situation he didn't fully understand. But how will he come to terms with the truth? And how will Electra react when she finds out the truth about what really happened that night? The emotional and psychological fallout of these events will unfold in the days to come, as the characters are forced to confront the lies they've been living. Will's confusion and guilt will only deepen as he begins to process the true nature of his night with Luna, while Electra will have to navigate the tension between her expectations and the painful reality of what has occurred. Luna, meanwhile, will find herself trapped in a web of lies, struggling to maintain her innocence in the face of mounting pressure from those around her. The aftermath, as the pieces of this complicated puzzle start to fall into place, the impact on the characters' relationships will be profound. For Will, the realization that he was the victim of a cruel trick will be a bitter pill to swallow. He'll have to find a way to cope with the guilt and confusion that come with the knowledge that he was deceived. But the consequences of this revelation will not only affect Will, it will also have far-reaching effects on his relationship with Electra. For Electra, the truth about what happened will be a devastating blow. She had high hopes for her evening with Will, and the truth will shatter her illusions about their connection. The trust that was beginning to build between them will be severely damaged, and it remains to be seen if they can rebuild it. Meanwhile, Luna's role in all of this will continue to unfold, and the impact of her actions will likely ripple through the lives of those around her. Will Lee and Sheila discover the truth? Will Luna be able to keep up her act, or will the pressure finally cause her to crack? As The Bold and the Beautiful continues to air, fans can expect even more twists, turns, and revelations that will keep them hooked. What started as a seemingly innocuous night out has spiraled into a tangled web of lies, deception, and heartache, and the fallout is only just beginning. The latest developments in CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful are nothing short of a roller coaster ride of emotions, family drama, and life-changing revelations. Hope Logan, a character who has already endured so much, faces a new set of challenges that could reshape her life, especially regarding her complicated relationship with Liam Spencer. However, the shocking news regarding Liam's health, combined with Grace Buckingham's sinister scheming, adds an entirely new layer of tension and deceit. What seemed like a heartbreaking loss for Hope suddenly turns into a miracle, while other characters, like Carter Walton, are also grappling with their own romantic dilemmas. This tangled web of love, betrayal, and family secrets is about to reach its breaking point. Hope Logan's heartbreaking expectations. Hope Logan's world has been rocked by the belief that she is about to lose the love of her life, Liam Spencer. For months, Hope has dealt with the uncertainty and looming dread of Liam's health crisis, especially after learning about the supposed brain tumor he had been diagnosed with. It was a diagnosis that seemed to be the end of their story together, and Hope braced herself for the worst. She prepared herself emotionally for a life without Liam, fearing she would have to raise their daughter alone, burdened with the grief of losing a man she loved deeply. However, what Hope doesn't know is that things are about to take a very unexpected turn. Liam's tumor, which had been the center of their fears, is revealed to be nothing more than a cruel trick. Instead of a terminal diagnosis, it turns out that Liam's health is completely stable, and he is not in any real danger. The supposed tumor was a fabrication, manipulated by Grace Buckingham, a character whose scheming motives would leave anyone questioning her intentions. Grace Buckingham's sinister scheme. Dr. Grace Buckingham's machinations come into full view as her despicable plan to exploit Liam's illness unfolds. Rather than seeking legitimate help or trying to reach out to the authorities, Grace opted to play a dangerous game. Instead of providing Liam with real treatment for a non-existent condition, Grace secretly administered drugs that created symptoms mimicking those of a brain tumor. Her ultimate goal was to extort a large sum of money from Bill Spencer, Liam's father, in exchange for an alleged experimental surgery that was never even a possibility. Grace's plot, though elaborate, is both unnecessary and cruel. Had she simply spoken out and approached Liam and Hope with the truth about her family's gambling debts and threats, they would have likely understood her predicament. Instead, Grace chose the darker path of manipulation, leveraging the fear and grief of others for her own gain. If she had turned to the authorities or even confided in Liam and Hope, they would have been sympathetic and likely supported her. However, her actions lead only to betrayal, and the ramifications of her choices will ripple throughout the lives of all involved. Her actions leave everyone vulnerable, especially Hope, who is left reeling from the emotional toll this deception has caused. It's one more heartbreak in a series of crushing blows that have left her questioning whom she can trust. Grace's failed attempts at extortion will ultimately lead to her downfall, but not without first causing significant emotional damage to the people she's hurt along the way. Carter Walton's romantic struggles amidst the chaos surrounding Liam and Grace. Carter Walton finds himself in his own complicated romantic situation. Despite his deep desire to settle down and find true love, Carter has never quite managed to make any of his relationships last. Known for his playboy persona, Carter has always been torn between his desire for love and the allure of his bachelor lifestyle. Yet, over time, his conversations with the women he loves have consistently revolved around his hopes of having a family and settling into a stable, fulfilling relationship. But the question remains: who is the woman who will finally win Carter's heart and provide the stability he has longed for? Hope Logan, though never someone he had initially considered, has become an unexpected candidate for his affection. Her heartbreak over Liam's supposed illness and her vulnerability have opened the door for Carter to show her the love and support she needs. They've quickly become emotionally close, and their connection deepens with every passing day. However, their relationship is not without complications. As with all love stories in the bold and the beautiful, nothing is ever simple. The path forward for Carter and Hope is uncertain. Though their bond is undeniable, Hope is still emotionally invested in Liam, and Carter, despite his deep feelings for her, may be caught in a love triangle that ultimately leaves him without the stability he seeks. Will Carter finally find the love he's been searching for, or will Hope's lingering feelings for Liam cause their relationship to falter? Liam Spencer's return to Hope's heart. Liam Spencer has always been torn between two women who both hold significant places in his heart, Hope Logan and Steffi Forrester. Throughout the series, his love for both women has been evident, and it has always been unclear which one of them he loved more. Steffi, though married to Finn, still holds a special place in Liam's heart, but his relationship with Hope is equally profound, especially considering their shared daughter and the history they've built together. Despite his deep feelings for Steffi, Liam has made it clear that his heart belongs to Hope. Earlier this year, he openly admitted that he wanted to reconcile with her, and with the false diagnosis now behind him, it seems that Liam is ready to take action and win back the woman he loves. He's no longer facing the prospect of death, and with the news that his health is fine, he can now turn his attention fully to repairing the relationship with Hope. However, Hope's heart is not as simple to win back as Liam may have hoped. She's moved on emotionally, at least for the moment, with Carter. Though she still cares for Liam, Hope is uncertain about what their future holds. The bond she shares with Carter is real, and it's clear that her feelings for Liam have been complicated by the deception surrounding his illness. As the weeks progress, it will become clear whether Hope is ready to rekindle her relationship with Liam or if she will continue to explore her connection with Carter. Hope's internal struggle for hope. The situation has become incredibly complex. On one hand, there is the man she has always loved, Liam. On the other hand, there is Carter, who has become her emotional rock. She finds herself torn between two men, each offering her something different. The dramatic twist of Liam being healthy again only complicates matters further, and Hope is left to wrestle with her emotions and figure out where her heart truly lies. Hope's initial heartbreak over the idea of losing Liam was profound, and she has built a new emotional connection with Carter in the meantime. The question now is whether she will be able to let go of the pain of her past with Liam and embrace a future with Carter, or if the pull of her past love with Liam will be too strong to resist. As the story unfolds, viewers will be left on the edge of their seats, wondering what choice Hope will make. In the coming weeks, Hope's emotional journey will be at the forefront of the bold and the beautiful. The tension between Liam, Hope, and Carter will only intensify as secrets continue to unravel. Will Liam be able to win back Hope's heart, or will Carter prove to be the stable, loving partner she needs? Grace Buckingham's deceitful actions may continue to haunt those involved, but ultimately, it will be Hope's choices that will drive the storyline forward. As she faces her deepest emotional dilemma yet, the future of her relationship with both men remains uncertain, leaving viewers eager for the next twist in this dramatic saga. This intricate love triangle, combined with the underlying tension of family betrayal, will keep audiences captivated as the bold and the beautiful unfolds the dramatic consequences of each character's decisions. The story is only just beginning, and the emotional stakes are higher than ever. What Hope chooses in the end may just change everything for the Spencer and Logan families, and for Carter, too.